Hello everyone, and welcome to the Stories of Ancient Gods channel. Today we're diving deep into a question that has puzzled humanity for millennia. Why did the gods punish humans? Across countless cultures and mythologies, from the mighty Zeus on Mount Olympus to the stern deities of ancient Mesopotamia, we find tales of divine retribution, floods, plagues, eternal torments. It seems the gods had a rather short fuse when it came to mortals. But was it just random cruelty, or was there a deeper reason for their wrath? Let's start with one of the most famous examples, the Greek pantheon. The gods of Olympus were notoriously human-like in their emotions. They felt jealousy, anger, pride, and love, often to an extreme degree. A major trigger for their anger was hubris, or excessive pride, mortals who dared to compare themselves to the gods, claiming to be more beautiful than Aphrodite, more skilled than Athena, or more powerful than Zeus, were almost guaranteed a swift and terrible punishment. Remember Arachne? She was a brilliant weaver who boasted she was better than Athena. Her punishment? To be turned into a spider, forever weaving her web. This wasn't just about a sensitive ego. For the Greeks, hubris disrupted the natural order of the cosmos. The gods were at the top, and humans had their place. Challenging this hierarchy was an act of chaos, and it had to be corrected, often brutally, to maintain cosmic balance. Another common theme is disobedience. Think about Prometheus. He was a titan who sympathized with the newly created human race. Seeing them shivering in the dark, he defied Zeus's direct command and stole fire from the gods, giving it to humanity. This single act of defiance brought down one of the most horrific punishments in all of mythology. Prometheus was chained to a rock, where an eagle would eat his liver every day, only for it to regrow overnight so the torment could repeat for eternity. Zeus wasn't just angry about the theft of fire, he was furious about the betrayal and the challenge to his authority. Fire represented knowledge, technology, and the power to create civilization, things Zeus believed humans were not ready for. By giving them fire, Prometheus set humanity on a path independent of the gods, and for that, both he and mankind had to pay the price. Now let's travel to ancient Mesopotamia, home to some of the oldest written myths. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, we find a story of a great flood sent by the gods to wipe out humanity. And the reason? It's almost comical if it weren't so terrifying. The god Enlil couldn't sleep because humans were too noisy. Their bustling cities, their chatter, their very existence had become an unbearable racket. So his solution was total annihilation. This might sound incredibly petty, but it reflects a worldview where humans were seen as servants or even pests. Unlike the Greek gods, who were often intertwined with human affairs, some Mesopotamian deities seemed to view humanity as a flawed creation, a failed experiment that could be discarded if it became inconvenient. The flood wasn't a moral lesson. It was cosmic pest control. But punishment wasn't always about pride or noise. Sometimes it was about breaking sacred laws or moral codes. In the story of Sodom and Gomorrah from the Abrahamic traditions, God sends angels to destroy the cities for their wickedness and moral corruption. Here the punishment is presented as a direct consequence of human sin. It's a divine judgment aimed at cleansing the world of evil. This introduces a strong ethical component to divine wrath. The gods aren't just reacting out of personal pique. They are acting as cosmic judges, enforcing a moral law. This is a significant shift. The punishment is meant to be a lesson, a terrifying warning to others about the consequences of straying from the righteous path. We see this pattern again and again. In Norse mythology, Loki's trickery and disrespect for the divine order lead to a chain of events that culminate in Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods themselves. In Hindu scriptures, avatars like Vishnu descend to earth to defeat evil kings and restore dharma, or cosmic order, often through great battles and destruction. The underlying message is that the universe has rules, both physical and moral, and the gods are the enforcers. When humanity's actions threaten to unravel the fabric of existence, divine intervention becomes necessary. So, were the gods simply cruel tyrants? or were they guardians of a fragile cosmic order? The answer probably lies somewhere in between, and depends on which mythology you're exploring. These stories reflect the anxieties and values of the cultures that created them. For people living at the mercy of natural disasters, like floods, droughts, and earthquakes, it was natural to imagine powerful, unpredictable beings controlling those forces. A sudden storm that wiped out crops wasn't just bad weather. It was a sign that the sky god was displeased. These myths also served as powerful tools for social control. By telling stories of what happens to those who are prideful, disobedient, or immoral, leaders and priests could enforce social norms and maintain order. The fear of divine punishment was a potent motivator to behave according to the rules of the tribe or city. If you don't want the gods to send a plague, you'd better follow the priest's instructions and honor the sacred traditions. Ultimately, the tales of divine punishment reveal more about humanity than they do about the gods. They show our deep-seated need to find meaning and order in a chaotic world. They are our attempt to answer the eternal questions. Why do bad things happen? Is there a purpose to our suffering? And is there a higher power watching over us, judging our actions? Whether the gods punished humans for their hubris, their noise, their sins, or simply for being a nuisance, these stories remind us of a fundamental concept, that actions have consequences, and that our place in the vast, mysterious cosmos is both fragile and profound. What do you think? Were the gods justified in their punishments, or were they just cosmic bullies? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the divine mindset, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories of ancient gods. See you next time.